Good afternoon. My name is Willie Hardy, Director of Student Support Services. We'd like to welcome you all to, right now I see Mr. Purnell in here. We're going to go ahead and get started on time so we can finish on time. Welcome, Mr. Purnell, to Student Support Services and to this information session. Welcome, Ms. Jones. Good afternoon from Student Support Services. We have Ms. Donna Porch in here, our retention specialist. Uh, and we're going to go ahead and get started. We're recording. So today we are doing a follow-up to our historical figures, Black historical figures in the month of February. We started it, I think it was last Thursday, and we covered historical figures in music, and we covered people like James Brown and Ray Charles and Aretha Franklin, and the list goes on. So today we're gonna kind of stick with that theme, except we're going to jump to STEAM, which stands for science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. All right. So I'm going to share my screen here, and I'm going to go through. We have 10 total. I'm going to go through the first five figures, and Ms. Porch is going to finish up with the last five figures. And hopefully it'll be something that is, interesting, and maybe you can pick something up from it, okay? So we're going to go ahead and get started. Minimize this one. Okay. Can everybody see that?
See it, thank you.
Can you see that, Ms. Jones?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Black historical figures in the world of STEAM. So notable Black figures in STEAM, inviolate tapestry of STEAM, science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. The invaluable contributions of notable Black figures weave a narrative of resilience, brilliance, and innovation, challenging stereotypes and reshaping the landscape of knowledge. From pioneers in computer science to trailblazers in the arts, these individuals not only broke barriers, but also paved the way for future generations, leaving an inevitable mark on the ever-evolving story of human achievement. Hold on one second. All right. So, first gentleman, Mr. Charles Turner, world acclaimed etymologist and zoologist over a 33-year career. Turner authored 70 plus papers amid challenges such as restricted access to labs and libraries, heavy teaching load at Sumner, meager pay, and no opportunity to mentor research students. Despite these obstacles, he produced impactful morphological studies of vertebrates and invertebrates. And so just a little extra information on Mr. Turner. Entomologist, of course, is the study of insects, and he was also a zoologist. So he had an interest and passion for animals. Some extra information I read was that he wanted to study complex cognition in to um, see if whether animals displayed complex cognition or high level thinking. He also examined differences in behaviors between individuals within species, a precursor to the study of animal personality. In 1886, Turner graduated valedictorian of Woodard High School, marking the start of his academic career. He entered the University of Cincinnati in 1886 and graduated with a bachelor's of science degree in biology in 1891. So when you start looking at these dates, this is some, this is very impactful. When you start looking at bachelor's of science degrees or bachelor's degrees or whatever type of degrees in those days. My college wasn't even erected at that time. In 1886, my college wasn't even built. Um, so this is some interesting history. Uh and he also the Turner Tanner. Wait, I'm sorry. Turner earned his master's in 1892 from the University of Cincinnati. He attained his professorship in science in the science department at Clark University in Atlanta, Georgia, where he also served as chair of the science department. The Turner Tanner Hall at Clark University is now named in his honor. So he still has a hall named after him at Clark, Atlanta. Okay. Pretty interesting. All right. So next is Miss Mary Maynard Daly. I'm assuming that's how you pronounce it. Um,
Agree.
uh, chemist, researcher, and activist Marie Daly was the first African-American woman to receive a PhD in chemistry in the United States. She worked closely with scientist Dr. Quentin B. Deming, and their work opened up a new understanding of how foods and diet can affect the health of the heart and the circulatory system. And Daly attended Hunter College High School, a laboratory high school for girls ran by Hunter College faculty, where she was also encouraged to pursue chemistry. She then enrolled in Queens College, a small, fairly new school in Flushing, New York, lived at home to save money, and graduated magna cum laude from Queens College with her bachelor's degree in chemistry in 1942. Okay, so just a little bit more current. Upon graduation, she was named Queens College Scholar, an honor that is awarded to the top 2.5% of the graduating class. Daly worked as a physical science instructor at Howard University from 1947 to 1948, while simultaneously conducting research under the direction of Herman Branson. After being awarded an American Cancer Society grant to support her postdoctoral research, she joined Alfred E. Mirsky's group at Rockefeller Institute, which studied the cell nucleus and its constituents. So also the final point, Daly was one of 30 minority women scientists to attend a conference examining challenges facing minority women in STEM fields. The conference was held by the American Association for Advancement of Science. This resulted in the publication of the report, The Double Bind, The Price of Being a Minority Woman in Science, 1976, which made recommendations for recruiting and retaining minority women scientists. All right. So there you have it. Marie Maynard Daly. Next is Miss Katherine Johnson, celebrated in the movie Hidden Figures, which was a very popular movie. Was a groundbreaking Black woman in technology. Commencing college at the age of 15, she faced limited career options like teaching or nursing upon graduation. Undeterred, she sought a position at the Langley Research Center, later part of NASA. In 1953, as a human later part of latter part of NASA. In 1953, I think a word or two is missing, but uh, it's known as the human computer. Johnson calculated the flight path of NASA's inaugural space mission. Her crucial contributions extended to Project Mercury and Apollo 11, ensuring mission success. Notably, she received the Presidential Medal of Freedom from President Obama in 2015. Um, you know, it speaks for itself. That's unbelievable. You know, you meet some people with some you know, unreal you know, kind of math capabilities. Sounds like she was definitely one. And I have seen Hidden Figures, and it was a good movie. Um, yeah, I appreciate that. In her early life, wait, let me not skip something here that was important. Talked about that. Okay, in her early life, Catherine Johnson was born as Creola Catherine Coleman on August the 26th, 1918, in White Sulphur Springs, West Virginia. She was the youngest of 4 children. Her mother was a teacher, and her father was a lumberman farmer and handyman. He also worked at the Greenbrier Hotel. Johnson decided on a career as a research mathematician, although this was a difficult field for African Americans and women to enter. The first job she found were in teaching. At a family gathering in 1952, a relative mentioned the National Advisory Committee for Aeronautics was hiring mathematicians, and that's where she started that part of her career. So that is Miss Catherine Johnson. If you have any questions or any contributions, please don't hesitate to pause me or you know, just let me know. Next is
Say about Catherine Johnson. I just wanted to say that she didn't get a medal till 2015, and you do the calculations, that's like 62 years later. And then I also looked at the year she was born and the year she died. She was 102 years old. That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And NASA, I had no idea. She definitely, her and the other ladies, they were definitely a hidden figure. I had no idea. Whenever I think of NASA, I always think of white men.
Mm.
I don't think of black men, definitely don't think of black women. So when I saw that movie, I thought that was definitely a part of history that had not been taught.
Very impactful contributions by our people. And it's, a sign of hope and encouragement, you know, uh, for not just us, but including us, right? So next is Granville Woods, all right? Hailing from Columbus, Ohio, Granville Woods stood out as a prolific inventor, renowned, excuse me, for creating 15 distinct devices for electric railways. His most notable invention was the multiplex induction telegraph, enabling voice communication via telegraph wires and significantly reducing train accidents. Woods earned the moniker Black Edison when Thomas Edison unsuccessfully attempted to sue him over the multiplex telegram. Despite Edison's subsequent partnership offer, Woods declined. Remarkably, at the time of his demise, Woods held nearly 60 patents. So, so additional information. In 1872, Woods obtained a job as a fireman on the Danville and Southern Railroad in Missouri. He eventually became an engineer, and in December 1874, moved to Springfield, Illinois, where he worked at a rolling mill, the Springfield Iron Works. He studied mechanical and electrical engineering in college from 1876 to 1878. And here's another one in the 1800s, Inventions. Granville T. Woods invented and patented tunnel construction for the electric railroad system, and was referred to by some as we already said that, the Black Edison. This has 50 patents that he was notated for. Steam boiler furnace, which was big, right? That was how they used to, heat everything back then. Woods patented an apparatus that was a combination of telephone and telegraph device, and then the telegraph station to send voice and telegraph messages through Morse code over a single wire. He sold the rights to this device to the American Bell Telephone Company. 1887, he patented the synchronous multiplex railway telegraph. Okay, the same thing. That's a lot of. I'm trying to think of. I'm trying to add some other stuff that he did. So, but okay. So one thing that stood out with him is that Thomas Edison, you know, who we all, I don't want to say we all, but many credit for the light bulb. There are some other stories behind that as well. I want to say a guy named Lewis. I don't want to be wrong, but I want to say it was a black man named Lewis that was actually credited for the light bulb in some other stories. If his name wasn't Lewis, there was certainly a black man that was in the stories, some stories that I've heard. But it's interesting that Thomas Edison tried to sue him and lost. You know, it's always going to be adversity, right?
And
So
Thomas
that,
Edison was white, is that correct?
yes.
And he get a lot of credit for stuff. I hear his name a lot. I don't
Yeah,
hear about Granville Woods, but I did hear about Thomas
right,
Edison.
right, right.
Mhm.
And if you look into it deeper, you because he gets credit for the light bulb.
Mhm.
And you look into it deeper, you'll see what I'm talking about, what I'm referring to about it was a black man that was as far as the filaments that's in the light bulb and this type of thing. And
Mhm.
you know what I mean? And if you look into it, you will see what I mean. But
Right.
that's neither, you know, it is what it is. So next, uh my last person now, mind you that this write-up is incorrect. This is from Granville Woods section. So that's a mistake. So don't pay that any mind. All right. So I'm just gonna read her bio from over here. Um, uh, Marion Rogers Croak is a vice president of engineering at Google. She was previously a senior vice president of research and development at AT&T. She holds more than 200 patents. She was inducted into the Women in Technology International Hall of Fame in 2013. In 2022, Croak was inducted into the National Inventors Hall of Fame for her patent regarding voice over internet protocol technology. She is one of the first two Black women to receive that honor, along with Patricia Bath. Her invitation allows users to make calls over the internet instead of the phone line. Today, the widespread use of the VoIP technology is vital for remote work and conferencing, like we're using right here. Croak was born on May 14th, 1955 in New York City. Her father, Raymond Rogers, built her a home chemistry set, which inspired her to pursue a STEM career. She obtained a bachelor's degree from Princeton University in 1977 and a PhD specializing in quantitative analysis and psychology in 1982 from the University of Southern California. After college, she joined AT&T Bell Laboratories in 1982, where she worked in a variety of positions for over 3 decades. So she was, you know, I mean, she's the technology we're using right now, she invented it, you know. That's self-explanatory. That's kind of speak for itself. Croak has been awarded over 200 patents, almost half of which are VoIP. Many of her inventions lay the foundations for the digital networks we know and use today. She was inducted into the, okay, so that goes on into that. So that is Miss Miriam Croak. So, you know, she graduated from Princeton. Yep, and that's very interesting. So, you know, once we kind of start digging, you know, we'll find out a lot of our technology uh, was, you know, either invented or somehow contributed to by Black people. And it's good stuff to know. So, all right, so that's Miss Miriam Croak. I'm going to pass the baton to Miss Porch.
Can I share my screen?
Sure. Let's see.
Y'all bear with me a little bit.
Hello, Miss
I
Williams.
found out about an
Hi.
hour ago I had to present, so give me a moment.
I love you, but I love you. Oh, I didn't. No, I got so.
I appreciate you.
Yep.
Okay, so can y'all see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, I wanted to do a twist on this. I believe, I'm gonna do it like a teacher. Miss Jones, would you like to read the first screen?
What?
And then Miss Williams, the next.
Okay, Mark Dean. Mark E. Dean, born on March 2nd, 1957, is an American inventor and computer engineer known for his groundbreaking contributions. He played a pivotal role in developing the ISA bus and leading a team to create a 1 gigahertz computer processor chip. As the co-creator of the IBM personal computer, released in 1981, he holds 3 out of 9 PC patents. In 1995, Dean achieved the distinction of becoming the first African-American IBM Fellow. Elected to the National Academy of Engineering in 2001, Dean was recognized for his innovative and pioneering contributions to personal computer development. In year 2000, he envisioned a handheld device capable of displaying media content, resembling a digital newspaper. By August 2011, Dean revealed his preference for using a tablet computer over a PC in his blog. Wow, I did not know this.
I did not either.
I
Yeah,
love it. I'm
speaking
glad y'all
of-
doing this. Glad
You
y'all
said
doing
what?
it. I'm glad y'all doing this because I did not know.
Wow, next, I'm going to the next one. Miss Williams,
Yes,
would you like to read Norman Lewis?
sure.
Thank you.
Notable Black figures in art. Norman Lewis, an exceptional American artist and the sole Black abstract expressionist of the first generation, transitioned from social realism to abstraction in the mid 1940s. Frustrated with portraying an exclusive and merciless American life, Lewis sought ways for artists to impact political situations, aiming to combat systematic racism and violence. Despite his involvement with anti-racism groups towards the end of his life, Lewis questioned the transformative power of art in affecting political change. He contended the protesting held greater potential for bringing about meaningful societal shifts compared to the seemingly feudal nature of artistic expression.
Again, a wonderful speaking voice. Y'all need to present. Y'all need to be the presenters. Sam Gilliam. Sam Gilliam stands among the post-war American painting innovators. Emerging from the Washington, D.C. scene in the mid-1960s, his work disrupted the color school painting ethos, leading to the iconic Drake paintings. Gilliam suspended paintings. Gilliam suspended painted canvas lamps without stretchers, transforming both the medium and exhibition contents. For this African American artist during the Civil Rights Movement, this was more than aesthetics. It was a way to define art's role amid societal upheaval. Gilliam's pioneering course, influenced by jazz improvisation, manifests in a diverse era of forms, moods, and materials. I got another volunteer?
I will.
Okay.
Notable Black figures in math. Albert Frank Cox made history as the first Black American to earn a PhD in mathematics in 1925 from Cornell University. Over his 4-decade teaching career, he imparted knowledge at Howard University and West Virginia State College. In tribute to his legacy, the National Association of Mathematicians annually presents the Cox-Talbot Address at its national meetings. Additionally, the Albert F. Cox Scholarship Fund, named in his honor, supports Black students in their educational pursuits.
Great. I believe this is the last one. Do I have a volunteer?
I'll read it.
Okay.
Notable Black figures in math. Dudley Woodard. How you say it?
Yeah,
Woodard?
that was correct. That was correct.
Woodard, the second Black individual to earn a PhD in mathematics in 1928 from the University of Pennsylvania, played a pivotal role in founding the mathematics graduate program at Howard University. Recognized as one of the greatest Black mathematicians, Woodard achieved remarkable success with his published theses and research in reputable mathematics journals. Over a 40-year teaching career, he mentored numerous students, guiding them to earn their own PhDs.
Amazing.
Mm.
Concluding thoughts. In closing, the diverse stories of remarkable individuals such as Katherine Johnson, Mark E. Dean, Norman Lewis, Sam Gilliam, and Albert Frank Cox underscore the profound impact of Black figures in various fields, from STEM, pioneers and inventors, to artists challenging norms. Their achievements not only shaped their respective disciplines, but also contribute significantly to the broader narrative of human progress. As we celebrate their legacies, let us be inspired by their resilience, innovation, and unwavering commitment to excellence, recognizing that diversity and inclusion are vital cornerstones in building a more enriched and equitable future for all. Do we have any comments, questions, or final thoughts? Or would somebody like to go back to a particular slide?
I like to say when Mr. Hardy said the STEAM, I was in my mind correcting him. I was like, STEAM. And then when he showed a slide, I said, oh, they included the arts, because it used to be the
Yes.
STEM program. And you
Mhm.
know, me being a dancer, that's like the arts, because science, technology, engineering, mathematics, and I wasn't feeling none of that. I was like, where do I fit in the STEM program? So I'm grateful that they included the arts
Mhm.
as part of, because it definitely is it's a gift, just like the others. It's definitely a gift, and I think I'm just grateful that they have a STEAM program now. Do they still have STEM as well, or has they changed? Did they change it from STEM to STEAM?
It's the
It's STEAM now. Okay.
the arts is
Okay.
included. And I would
Yay.
include Basquiat in the arts as well. A young artist, but his artwork is selling for millions.
Who is that?
Basquiat.
You gotta email me that name
I got you.
so I can Google him. Or you could tell, can you spell it and I just write it down? I can write it down now.
Okay, let me see how I can spell.
Well, with this email it to me if you don't have it right now. You can just say his name. I thought you were
Okay, I
reading
got
something.
you.
Yeah,
I'm
you just
gonna email it to you right now.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, I think it was a slide. I'll put my screen back up where you can scan you can put your phone on your photo, like you taking a picture, and you can scan and fill out the attendance for the day, or basically the evaluation, and you will get credit for your attendance as well.
I think that will go to Sledge, but I have everybody down,
Okay, thank you.
and I'll send them the survey in a minute.
Okay.
I
So
found him, Gene Basquiat. Can I share my screen right quick?
yeah, I mean, you can share it.
Is that
It's free to share anytime.
Gene? Is that Gene?
Mm-hmm. Right here.
Okay. Oh, that was Gene, Jean.
Jean. I'm
Oh
sorry,
yeah,
Mike.
I think I heard of him. Yeah. He not the one that did the
With the
is he the
beard.
one that did President Obama and his wife picture?
No, he died at 27. I think he's in the club, of the 27 club, the people that passed away.
Really? The guy that did the Obama's picture?
He wasn't, but I believe that a lot of people draw from his inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
Great artwork. Now
Oh
it's
wow.
now it's pretty much being recognized. It's a little it's abstract.
Abstract. I was gonna say
It's very
abstract.
abstract, but to people that love art, they read it differently.
Mm-hmm.
Just putting out another figure that is African American and is known for his paintings, but it came about years after his death.
So this person is deceased, is that what you're saying?
He's this,
Gene. Okay.
yeah.
But
He
the
passed.
one that did President Obama and Michelle Obama's picture, is this him or that's someone else?
That's someone else. I can pull him
Okay.
up for you right quick.
Okay. Yeah, I thought it was him.
Yeah, we'd like to thank you all for attending and listening. We try to do these each year with student support services and celebrating Black History Month. We may do it in a different way, or but we always share information about historical figures. So yeah.
Yeah, this year y'all have something every week, right?
Yeah, I think so. Once we look at the schedule, I believe it was each Thursday. Did we
Mhm.
start last Thursday?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that's what Mrs.
yeah.
Z said,
Mhm.
yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, this was really good information. But yeah, I'm glad you Miss Porch. I got her last name. Miss Porch said she was going to email the survey because me and that phone, I don't have an iPhone.
Yeah, and you
So,
don't have to have an iPhone. It could be the settings. I have seen students coming here, and it's something that I don't know. It doesn't work, but sometimes it's like that. It's a little quirky, but
oh, okay. So you don't
so
have to have
yeah,
an iPhone to do it. You can still do it
yeah.
on
No, you
the
don't have to have an
Let
iPhone.
me
I don't
write
have.
his name down.
You can see it.
Yes.
I believe this is him right here.
Right. Okay. Is he the one that did the president address? He looked like the comedian. No, that's a different person. He could have been the comedian that opened up for the president.
I
He
don't
looked like him.
I don't know, but I remember the girl that did that poem. The little
Oh,
girl that did
yes.
the poem, and they was like not allowing her poem to be read in the state of Florida.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
They just now, I just read an article where they're asking parents for consent for the students to join just an African American read out loud. It's just a read out loud, and they're asking for consent.
But is that the same as them trying to ban Black
Yes.
history? What do they call it? Something they call it.
Censorship.
Censorship, because it's going to traumatize the white children. Okay, our
Right.
Black children been traumatized for years. we adults have been traumatized, still being traumatized. And they need to know, why sugarcoat it? You know, they need to know the truth. You know, and if you're a family that's not like that now, why not, you know, allow your child to know the truth? And some
Right.
books I've read when I was in the school system, I'm like, what? This is a second grade book? So, I
Right.
mean, come on now. But we know what
If
that's
I'm not
about.
mistaken, I believe her name is Ruby Bridges that integrate
Mm-hmm.
schools. If she was able to deal with what was going on, then I believe they should deal with the consequences of people knowing the truth instead of censoring it.
Right. But she did have to, if you see so she did have to see it, but she was seeing a psychiatrist at one point. As
Jesus.
a child, she was seeing a psychiatrist. I mean, because she was getting like, I mean,
She was
death
bullied.
threat. Like she was a kid and had like they would have, you know, her in the coffins and stuff like that. You know,
Jesus.
black dolls and coffins. And so she really, and they showed in the movie when they showed the psychologist was coming to back then they came to the house and was talking to her and stuff like that. I was like, oh, so they actually got help for her? Because, you know,
Right.
people don't need to get help now, psychological help. So I thought that was really good. As an adult, I think she might have shared, I don't know if she have a book out on that, but I think she might have shared her story and that, you know, that she had to get some help, you know, to deal. I mean, these were adults and children taunting her every day. She had to have FBI escorts, the marshal escorts.
Right. And I believe it was to the point where none of so many parents pulled their children out of the classroom,
Oh, yeah.
was like the only one in the classroom
Yes.
until like next actual academic year with more African Americans integrated in school.
Oh,
So
wow.
traumatizing, and she's still alive. That let you know
Yeah.
it's not too long ago.
Yeah.
Some people think it was hundreds, 200, 300 years ago because they're not getting educated correctly in that history. And it wasn't.
Mm-hmm. And by her being in the classroom with that teacher, that was social isolation.
It really was.
So that's definitely trying. That's because children need to act with other children. She can get to play. She didn't get to
Right.
do anything. And unfortunately, you know, I say that about, you know, our children sometimes, and I try to do with my grandchildren. Our children don't get to be children. It's like they little adults because of what's going on in the world. And I like God, please let our children be children, you know. They
Right.
always have to grow up so fast. So but yeah, it's definitely the awareness, like you said, and being educated. Even if they're not choosing to, I'm always open to learning more about our people because this is a lot of stuff that I didn't know.
Right.
Some of it I wasn't taught, some of it I didn't want to know, to be honest,
Right.
and some of it I really needed to know, you
Right.
know, whether it's as painful as it is.
Right. I agree. Like I actually teach when my daughter comes home and she goes over a certain subject, I kind of pause for a second and then I say, okay, can I tell you the truth? And then I'll sit her
Mm-hmm.
down and I can tell that I probably have shocked her, but I'm like, look, the teacher didn't tell you this, but let's go a little bit deeper
Mm-hmm.
so you can have a better understanding of history.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, one of the ladies in my church, her granddaughter lives in Georgia. And when she came home one year, her grandma lives in Emporia. And she said, Grandma, you just sound like you just racist.
Mm,
And she had to sit her down and let her know, I'm not being racist, baby. This is what she had to tell her some hard truths of what she lived through.
mm-hmm,
Grandma, I didn't know that. She was like, yeah, you know, it's not that I'm racist. I'm just careful and I'm
mm-hmm.
cautious. And you in Georgia, and I'm scared for you, you know, because she has all, you know, all types of friends, all different races, and my sons as well. So they be like, Mom, everything about you is race. And it's not that everything about me is race, it's how I was raised too. I was raised race conscious,
Right,
you know. So I think when you raised like that, it's kind of hard not to appear to be the other extreme because they say it's such thing as what they call it. It is racism as what they call it, reverse racism. I think that's what they call it.
mm-hmm,
So I try not to be like that, but I just try to be real about my own experiences and what's really happening. You
It's
know.
it's not always the what, it's the why, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Any other comments?
Well, I appreciate my readers today. Y'all did wonderful. Y'all
Thank you for letting me
speaking
read. I like to
voices.
read. I like to read. So thank you.
You and Ms. Williams' speaking voice was just so eloquent. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank y'all for what y'all do. Appreciate it.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all for coming and participating. And
Mhm.
I hope you all have a great afternoon. And
Thank you.
Miss Porch will send out that evaluation, and we will see you on the next information session.
Well, this
Okay.
it. We do two, right? Ms. Hart, it's my second one. I'm done.
1, 2, and done.
2 and done.
Ms. Jones, you know
I'm
you can't say
enjoying them all.
I know that's right.
thank you.
Mr. Hardy, I gotta squeeze it in with my schoolwork. So yeah, 2. I'm glad I didn't say 2 a semester. That works for me.
That's the requirement. That's the minimal requirement, right?
But I try, sometimes I just do just what's asked of me.
As long as you meet the requirement. All
Thank
right.
you.
Y'all have a
All
great
right.
afternoon.
Yeah, have a good one. Okay.
Y'all too.
Bye-bye.
Have a great
All
one.
right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Take care.
All right, you too.
All right. Bye-bye.